I quoted Jimmy V. I watched the 30 for 30 on Jimmy V last night, and I kind of got me a little pumped up. And he said that team taught him so much about love and caring for each other as teammates and brotherhood. And these guys have done the same thing for me. You know, I've had teams that you love and teams that you care about, but they kind of like your children. You love them all a little bit different. And these guys have really shown me what it's like to be a part of a unit that, through thick and thin, you still got each other's back. That's where we're at.
The new Iberian coach said Trey was the difference in the game with his 3-pointers. You kind of talk about that when you were in the
Trigger. Oh, Trey, we call him Trigger because he's a trigger man. He can hit it. Trey started out the season, he went through a slump, and he got into it. And the last 10, 12 games, he has been hitting 2, 3 threes at crucial times to start the game, to put the quarterfinal game to bed. He hit a couple ones against Ruston, and then tonight it was his goal, and he kept on shooting. And I said, man, just do it until the buzzer goes off.
What were you guys able to do to create so many catch and shoot opportunities? The coach said that's what they wanted to avoid.
I think that I'm part of it. You know, Fee Allen, letting them double and help him. Cam handling the ball, penetrating, and the more they pinch, the better we can get a good pass out, and then that turns into a good shot for our shooters.
You've said it many times, the numbers that Allen puts up, it's like a usual normal game for him, 23, 16, 5 blocks. Just explain kind of the luxury of that, I guess. And certainly it's not something you take for granted. But
No, I've said this to my coaches that this team, a lot of them have played together for years, and we're lucky enough to coach these guys. Having a kid like Allen with size, skill set, able to step out and shoot it and handle it and knows the game. I mean, he has, I said it last time, one of the best IQs of anybody in basketball, and having that is a luxury because we've missed him for a couple of weeks. With a sprained ankle right at the end of the season, and we felt what it was like we call it life on the other side of Allen, life without Allen, but that actually made us better as a team, and then we had him back in there, and it's tough to stop him.
To the players, your thoughts of y'all taking home a state title a year after the girls basketball team got it, and you guys come up on top and bringing home a state title on the boys' side. How do y'all feel taking it home for Ponchatoula?
It was great. I mean, just to be able to represent our area and just be able to bring home the state championship to our town. And like Coach said last interview, our town is really supported us tonight, and they came through big time for us because we feed off energy of our fans, and they definitely brought the energy today. So it feels great to be able to win the game for them and just be able to bring them home and state title.
I kept seeing big something. I'll make it. It says Big Ponchy. But he left. So I couldn't figure out what it was. I think Ponchy.
Trey, kind of talk about your night when you felt like when you have a good 3-point shooting night. Is that something you know you're gonna have beforehand, or is it something you feel during the game?
It's kind of just as I go through the motion of the game. A lot of times I'm able to be set up because my teammates are able to look for me in the corner. A lot of times in the corner, and it's just once I hit one and I know it feels good, I kind of know that throughout that game I can start shooting until it just kind of wears off.
Alan, when your coach says 23, 16, and 5, it's like a normal night for you. How do you kind of feel about that? Where you're able to put up those numbers in such a consistent basis, but certainly that's not something everybody can do.
I feel like the work that I put in throughout these years with my brother, him being a college athlete, my sister being a college athlete, and just being able to train with them and have the advantages that I do, just to be able to go to a practice of a college team and just watch how it runs and just being able to put the work in like a college player. I feel that it's like it just helps me at the high school level to be able to play on another level of basketball.
Coach, we talked about the offensive threats, but not many teams can keep Nish to 32% from the floor. What did you do defensively coming into this game?
We talked about matchups. Corey Jackson, one of our sophomores, hit 5 charges in the semifinal game. He's assigned their best player, and he had 0. Corey makes a lot of things happen. And we talk about matchups, and then at halftime, Coach Dunn, assistant coach, pulls me over and says, put Trey on him. And this dude goes in and, scored, second leading scorer and scored the best guy on the floor. Cam guarded number 1 all night. So you're going to have to probably get a couple stitches and get thrown on the floor. And defense is about toughness. New Iberia, man, I can't say enough. I told Chad out there that I'm glad we got to play them, because beating the number 1 team has been number 1 all year. Makes me feel like we have definitely earned this thing. And we had to meet their toughness, and you guys did.
Coach, go ahead. Coach, how you felt that you guys wasn't intimidated of the crowd and everything? It seemed like it was a real hostile environment tonight in here, but it seemed like, I think it probably was the tough schedule that helped you as well to prepare you for that kind of environment tonight, because it looked like New Iberia brought a lot of people there tonight.
We knew that they would pack it out because they're close by, and like we referenced the schedule. We don't fear teams. Some people are intimidated to play teams. We don't fear. We want to go play. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And, I think that the environment, they did bring the fans, but one of our other things we talk a lot about in practice, like Ric Flair says, they don't boo nobodies. And when they start cheering against you, they start hollering, yelling, that just kind of feeds our fire. It's just the energy in the building, and when you're players, when you're a baller, you feed off the energy either way.